In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how you can maximize your sales and bring it to the next level with the upcoming holiday season and all the new changes that are coming for the year 2018 for e-commerce sales. First off is taxes. Now you actually have to collect taxes, and actually you always had to collect taxes, but it is becoming more mainstream. It used to be just big sellers had to collect taxes. Now everybody has to collect taxes. Now for some websites they're going to do this all for you. On other sites you have to do this by yourself. You have to keep track every single time that you do in-state transactions. So for example, I live in New York State. Every time I sell to somebody who also lives in the same state, I have to collect taxes from them, and at the end of the year I have to pay it to the government. So this is something for you to keep in mind, that this is becoming more and more mainstream and something that you have to keep track of as well for the end of the year. Next thing is a biggie, those tariffs. So tariffs in the United States are becoming pretty big. So what is happening is the Chinese are putting tariffs on the United States, and the United States is putting tariffs on them, otherwise known as trade war. It's also happening in other places as well, but this is the big one. So what can you do about, what should you be doing about? First of all, implications. The implication of those tariffs mean prices are going to go up for most consumers, for most kind of goods that you buy and even sell. Well, the things you sell, it is different. Well, it is different because you have to buy the merchandise and then you have to sell it. So it is an added cost that you have to add to this merchandise because it actually costs you more money to get a hold of it. Now, not everything yet is marked up because those trade wars are a little bit uncertain. We don't know if tomorrow Trump and China will decide to make a deal. Therefore, what you can do right now is either you have to wait until the trade war is over, or of course, if you're smart enough, which I do suggest for you to do, is to buy the stuff in bulk right now. Get the stuff before those tariffs start to hit and before those trade wars will become even bigger. So he said that it's going to go up to 10% and it's going to go up to 25%. Some things are going to be affected. Eventually, everything is going to be affected. But this is mainly right now with big people who are buying a lot of merchandise from big Chinese sellers. Now, since you are going to be buying it directly from AliExpress or Alibaba or even from other places, this is not going to really impact you this much. Now, on the other hand, eventually it actually might. Right now it doesn't, and if you're importing from something like Alibaba, it's not going to cost you at the moment. But eventually they might actually move it over there as well. So what can you do? Well, anywhere that you're going to be importing, getting your goods from, whether it's Alibaba, you're getting it AliExpress, you're getting it from other places, you're drop shipping it, whatever the place that you are getting the inventory from, except if you get it on garage sale, it's going to cost you extra money. So you have to understand this part first. This means that you have to import as much stuff as you can before those taxes are going to go ahead and start to hit you. Plus, the holiday season is going to come soon enough as well. Right now, this September, it's time for you to get ready for the season. Start getting a lot of merchandise. It is time for you to get as much merchandise as you can. Because September is the time you are actually ending the search for the merchandise. October is the time that you are listing it all up. November is the time you start selling it. And you keep going. November, December, January, and even into February. Those are going to be the maximum amount of months where you're going to actually have a lot of clients coming in and buying your things. Regardless of the economy, those are the best times of the year for you to make money in retail. So it is important for you to understand this. Most people are doing it the other way around. We are talking about people who are buying and selling things online. If you are with the buyer mindset, you know that those are the times you save money because you're going to be buying stuff for everybody else. As a seller, you're doing it the other way around. You're buying merchandise year round. The time that you are actually getting rid of it is those 4 months of the year. And they are, again, November, December, January, and a little bit of October and a little bit of February. There's also going to be another spike as well during April. So keep this also in mind. So you want to have as much merchandise as you can stacked up so you can get rid of all that inventory mostly at that time of the year. Then a lot of the leftover inventory you get rid of April time with Easter holidays. And after that, you pretty much have to go through the whole cycle all over again, which means stack up all the inventory. If you're doing drop shipping, this doesn't work the same way for you. It also means that most of the time you're not really getting or importing anything in. You're just listing it up. That being said, the tariffs themselves are also going to be affecting you as well, which means that the price of the things you're buying is going to go a bit higher, which means that you have to go through all your listings and make sure the price actually reflects the price that you have to pay upfront for all the merchandise. So this is also important and for you to keep in mind. Last thing that we are going to be talking about is optimizing your actual experience and time management. What I mean by optimizing your experience, you have to create a place where when somebody goes in, they have to get a whole experience of actually enjoying your shop. So think about it this way: if you go to a mall and you go to a boring store, are you really going to shop in it? The store has to be fun and interesting. So the same thing when you go ahead and you sell something. The listing has to be very interesting, it has to be fun and exciting for them, including the pictures. They want to grab this item. You want to make them want to actually go ahead and press on buy it now. If they don't do this, you failed your mission. So that is the whole purpose of writing a description. You want to get them to press on purchase this now. And lastly, time management. You got to really time everything up, especially when it comes to the holiday season. So you have to make sure you are listing things up, everything is ready to go in late November. Everything should be already ready right before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is where it starts, but 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, that's when the sales just starting going up. You should be having sales every single week, if not every single day. But this is the time of the year that sales are gonna go up through the roof. And if you're very successful in those businesses, you're gonna have almost no free time whatsoever. And that's what happens to me usually during that time of the year. I have so many orders, I have people just buying things, and I have to just ship sometimes like 10 to 20 different packages in one single day. And of course, that's if you're not actually doing drop shipping, you have to physically ship those things online and go to the post office and so on. So keep this also in mind, that you should manage your time and be able to do everything fast, easy, and efficient. One of the ways for you to do this is definitely get a laser printer. And if you're still using the ink jets or you're going to the post office and you're scanning things in or going through the checkout in the mail to mail things out, you're just superly wasting your time. You can do everything now online. You can go ahead, you can print the postage, you can put everything else in there. All you have to do is to drop off those packages straight in the mail. This is something you couldn't do before. We had to go through with a line and having like all these huge carts full of eBay merchandise or Etsy or whatever kind of merchandise. You have to go through checkout, and this was a huge hassle. No longer. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this whole thing, and if you did, make sure you subscribe to this channel. See you on the inside, and make sure to see you in another one of those lectures as well.